What a very warm welcome along to the Fight Night Daily podcast on talkSPORT. Like, subscribe, get involved. We are all over it this week. The press conference yesterday, now the weigh-in ahead of the big fight tomorrow night here at the arena. Adam Azim in fight number 13, the undefeated star from Slough. It was Sergey Lipinets, former world champion. But drama, as there always is in boxing, just 30-odd hours before the fight's about to start, and neither make the weight. So it's the 10-stone limit, IBO title on the line, a sort of minor version. A stepping stone really to the World Championships, but neither fighter made it. Lipinets over by a pound. Adam was 5 ounces.
5 ounces, yeah.
But they said up there, Spencer Oliver, and you tell us more because you've been there and you've been through that weight process, making super bantamweight back in your time. Shane McGuigan, the trainer of Adam Azim, saying the scales are wrong. Hoo-ha up there. Adam's backstage now, just getting that weight off, obviously irritated by it. Sergey's a pound over. It's a mess.
Total mess. I mean, rarely do you see both fighters missing weight. Yeah, we see one fighter missing weight quite a lot, but rarely do we see both fighters missing weight. Now, Shane McGuigan has obviously weighed Adam Azim before he's come here. They've done that obviously in the hotel. They've done it on a bathroom scale, where they're not the calculated scales. The calculated scales are here behind us. So they've missed the weight by a few ounces. They've just got it wrong, and they've got to go and lose it. They've got 2 hours to lose that weight, and they come back. If one of them doesn't make the weight, their fight will still go ahead, but the title will not be on the line for the guy that didn't make the weight. That's where we're at with it right now. I think they'll both make the weight because, like I say, one was a pound over, one was 5 ounces over, so I'm sure it'll go on, but it's just the mind games now that we're playing right now. You know, fighters get agitated, a little bit irritable. You said that you saw Adam down there and he was a little bit jittery earlier on. That's all down to making weight. They cut, and it's very, very difficult for them.
It is hard. Last 24 hours before the weigh-in, fighters want to get it over with. They want to get rehydrated, fueled up for the big night, and it's tough times those last few hours, psychologically as well as physically.
Absolutely. Listen, when you're cutting weight and you're down there, like Adam Azim's very big for the weight. Lipinets is, he's a 35-year-old guy that's been at that weight for some time, so they're very, very tight at the weight. They're going to those scales, you're approaching. Listen, I know, trust me, I've been there when I was very tight at the weight. You're getting on them scales and you're thinking, I'm seconds away from being able to have a drink and something to eat because you've been drying out all day. They get on the scales, they miss it. They get agitated, seriously agitated, because you've now got to go back and either get in the sauna, or they've got to go for a run or do some skipping, put the clothes on, and you don't want to be doing that. All the hard work's been done now. You're dry, you're tight. You just want to be focusing on the fight. So that is not good for both of the fighters going into a fight of this magnitude. What's on the line right now?
That's a terrific insight, by the way, from a former European champion there. You did have to struggle to make that weight, and it is part of the process. How good is it, though, once you've done it and you're rehydrating for the night, you've got something back inside you, the drinks, the food, and then you're ready to go. You sleep well before a fight, don't you?
You sleep well before the fight. You're like the Terminator. You feel like Superman. It feels good. You're refueled. You're refueling the body. That's what's needed, because all fighters, doesn't matter who they are, they all have to strip. They all have to train and skip a bit off in the morning, lose that weight. They're tight. They're agitated. They've got a big night ahead of them. It's not ideal. It's not good preparation having to go through what they're both going through right now.
And for Adam Azim, it's a new hurdle, and he's going to have many of those throughout his blossoming career. Undefeated, of course. Dalton Smith winning last weekend a European title. Adam, the former European champion. This is a step into the sort of world class, or the fringes of world class. Lipinets, very tough customer, comes to fight, aggressive, beat Robbie Davis Jr. last time out, and he shared the ring with some good fighters, Boots Ennis, Mikey Garcia, 2 of them.
Yeah.
So he's coming to win, but it should suit Adam Azim style-wise.
Stylistically, Lipinets is made for Adam Azim. Very flat-footed, likes to come forward, high guard, wings the shots in. He's the shorter of the 2, and just wings them in. And he looks to take them into the trenches, into the later rounds, looks to take them into that dogfight. Now, the million-dollar question is, and we saw with Lipinets against Robbie Davis Jr., he can be hurt, he can be caught. He was hurt in that first fight with Robbie Davis Jr. Can he get into that second half of the fight? Because then it becomes interesting. But I just think that Adam Azim's going to be too young too fast. The foot movement's going to be too good. The combination punching too good. And I think that he'll get the job done, possibly inside the first 6 rounds, which will be the scalp that he's waiting for, trying to put out there right now, because he needs it with a fight like this. This is a perfect opponent for him to go out there. Like he done last time against Zahara Davis, you go, he done what he had to do. He went out there, dismantled him in that fashion, the way that he did, took him out in 8 rounds, and it was a one-sided beatdown. He needs to do that with Lipinets as well.
It was a beautiful performance against Zahara Davis. Will he do it again? He says within 6 rounds. There's another big puncher and a star in the making as chief support, and that's Callum Simpson, British and Commonwealth super middleweight champion. We saw him in action just 3 weeks ago, and he was fantastic. Quick win there, and he's back against the soldier, Elvis, who has lit up fight week.
Absolutely. Listen, Elvis, Callum Simpson said to us yesterday, please, a little less conversation, a little more action, please.
Will he come out to that, do you think, Callum?
I'm praying that he does, mate. It'll be absolutely genius, because the soldier Elvis, who, by the way, has been the star of the show here, he's actually stole the show.
He's earned his money before the fight.
Absolutely. Look, he's lost a couple of times. He's had, out of his 13 victories, 12 of those have been inside the distance. The kid can punch. He'll come forward and he'll try and make a fight of this, but Simpson is a class act. 3 weeks after his last victory against Steve Woodall, where he went in there and dismantled him in 2 rounds, you expect him to get the job done again here in inside the distance for sure, but it's been an entertaining build-up.
Yeah, certainly. We had Callum Simpson up here yesterday. I'll tell you who we've had up here earlier, and he's a big man, and he's a big threat to the heavyweight division. Martin Bakole, who had that terrific win in America against Jared Anderson. He's on the cusp now. We caught up with him, and we lined up the big nights and fights, and this was brilliant. Let's line them up. Let's talk about the big fights, right? What happens if and when you fight AJ?
I'll knock him out from round first to 4. I'll knock AJ. AJ will never pass round 5.
Okay, that's Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois.
Daniel Dubois will knock him out first round or second round.
First or second round. So AJ doesn't go 4, Dubois doesn't go 2.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Alexander Usyk?
Oh, that's a tough fight. A good fight, but I'll stop him in round 6.
Round 6.
Hold on, can I throw one in there? I want to throw one in there as well. While we're on it, might as well throw one in there. He's a big guy as well, Zhele Zhang.
Oh, that's a good fight, but it's too old already for me. For my opinion, it's too old. He can't take more power for 6 rounds.
He is so funny. Such a lovely guy here, isn't he? And then inside the ring, they're all getting done. I loved it when he said about Usyk. Yeah, he's good within 6.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. Within 6, AJ 4, Dubois within 2. I mean, the guy oozes confidence. To be fair, he is the chairman of the Who Needs Him, Who Wants Him club. No one wants to really go near Bakole. You know, he says a lot of stories that have happened in the gym. Told us another one there as well about sparring Chisora back in the day and knocking Tom Little out and like.
And AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, listen, he's an interesting guy. He's definitely the most avoided heavyweight out there right now, for sure. Looking forward to him actually getting back in the ring, Adam, in May.
Spencer, I remember when a few years back when Billy Nelson and Martin Bakole came into Sky, and Billy said back then, this guy is going to be world heavyweight champion, mark my words. I couldn't quite work out how he got from Congo to some remote part of Scotland, but it works, and the two of them have made a dream team, and now he gets his big chance in May, the Eliminator, to fight the winner of Dubois Parker. Yeah. He believes it's going to be Joe Parker, by the way. He said that to us, didn't he?
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, Ajogba, who he's got in front of him, is very tough, heavy-handed, but he should get the job done, to be fair, and I expect him to come through that one in style. We can see him fighting for that IBF title. Listen, it's a tough fight. The banana skin with Joseph Parker going in against Daniel Dubois. Real tough fight, that one.
But the one thing about Martin Bakole is, can we have that huge fight in Africa? 51 years maybe after the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire, Ali and Foreman? Will we get Bakole and AJ, or Bakole and another?
I think they're talking about the same arena out there, by the way, as
Wow.
well. The same arena where that famous fight took place. Remember, Muhammad Ali was, 32 years of age then, was considered old, washed up, over the hill. And people,
Big George.
People feared for his life. You remember Big George taking Joe Frazier off his feet with that left hook?
I mean, what he did to Frazier.
Mate, it was dubbed the rope-a-dope, weren't it? He sat on the ropes and he took the shots, and then he took him out in style. Imagine we get a fight out there.
Ali's greatest night.
In that arena. Come on, man.
Oh, Martin Bakole. He can make it happen. I tell you, he can. His Excellency can make it happen. We'll see about that. We've got a big one coming up in just 3 weeks' time over in Riyadh, February the 22nd. First of all, though, we kick it all off here at Wembley Saturday night. Final thoughts, Spencer, as they continue. They'll get weighed in. It will be fine. They'll refuel. They're going to be in the ring tomorrow night. Adam Azim, Sergey Lipinets, what happens?
Great matchmaking, I think, for Adam Azim. Sergey Lipinets is a good fighter, tough, proven, been a world champion. Feet are slow, and that is his big downfall. I think the hands are slightly slow as well. He comes forward, looks to grind it out, but that will be his downfall. He'll walk onto some shots. Azim got quick hands, quick combinations. Azim inside 6.
And we know Adam Azim has crept onto His Excellency's list on the radar. So it's going to be a big 2025 if he can make a sizzling statement at Wembley. We'll be here. We'll be covering it live. talkSPORT 2 from 7 p.m. Saturday night. Then at 9 o'clock, we move over to talkSPORT, the big one. And you're going to be there.
Listen, I'll be making a sizzling statement then, mate, so make sure you guys tune in. talkSPORT 9 p.m. for the main event.
We can't wait. See you tomorrow.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.